Hello everyone, I have another question that came in through our Discord channel, and that is how to remove sticky targeting. And I'll explain that a little bit further. The first thing we're going to do is click on the VerticalThird folder and search for component targeting. And double click to open that up. And now that we're here, we're going to go on the left hand side functions and open up the function auto target. Then we can open up the auto target trace. This is just to showcase some of the mechanics that is going on behind the targeting system. The drop down menu that says draw debug type, we're going to set to 1 frame. Now we can click play and maximize the screen. This is effectively a straight line shot out from the character, and you can see this is how we detect what we're hitting and what we're setting to our target. I'm going to teleport to the action kit section, and once I jump onto the platform, you can see that when it hits a target, it is green. When it misses a target, it is red. And in VerticalThird, there are 3 different target types: enemies, allies, and interact. By default, VerticalThird has sticky targeting, and that means that if you look away from a target and hit nothing, your target will not be cleared. It'll kind of stick there and stay on, unless you actually target something else. So for my direct target spells, I have a damage over time and direct damage nuke. Even though I'm looking away, I can still hit them and they're still a selected target. The context of this question was actually meant for first person, so we're going to switch over by hitting escape and going to first person view and change the targeting to aim based. And this is the same thing. If you target something and look away, it's not going to get cleared and you can still cast your direct damage spells. So now we're going to go into our blueprint code and change this so it clears the target. We can go back to the function v3rd auto target, and we can zoom into this bottom section below. From here, I'm going to walk you through the code to enter in. First thing we can do is right click on the grid and search for get auto target type. Then we can click on the pin, drag it off, and search for switch. I'm just going to line it up and connect the dots. Next phase, we're just going to make a few reroute nodes. This will keep our code clean. For mouse targeting, we're going to keep the sticky targeting. So this is going to be the default path if you ever want to go back to the default sticky targeting. And we'll just drag out some reroute nodes, connect them together, and connect them back to the final old target clear node. Then we can head back to the switch node. We'll add a few more reroute nodes in order to keep stuff clean. Now we can right click on the grid and search for get target client enemy. We can click on the pin, drag it off, and search for is valid. There are 2 types of is valid. Make sure it's the white looking one that you can see on the screen. Now we can right click on the grid and search for get old target array. And then select the pin and drag it out and search for add. Now we can connect this to our is valid node. Now we're going to select the target client enemy and Control C and Control V to paste it. We will connect the pin to the empty slot on add. Now we're going to search for a custom event, CE v3rd target actor update. We can connect this node to the add node and set the drop down menu to enemy. Now we will search for set target client enemy. And we can connect this with our custom event. We will finish this off with a reroute node, then go back to the is not valid and make some more reroute nodes to connect these together. This now will remove the sticky targeting for enemies, and all we have to do is copy and paste all this and replace the variables with ally and interact. Let's make some room by dragging the right functions over, copy and paste what we selected, and we can connect them together. Now in this pasted set, we can right click, replace the variable with client ally. We will repeat this for the next variable that goes to the array, and make the drop-down set to ally. Once more, we will replace the set to client ally. We will repeat this process one more, but instead of replacing them with ally, we will replace them with interact client. Once you copy and paste this last section, make sure you connect it to the clear old target function. As mentioned right here, I'm just right clicking on the variables and replacing them with client interact. In the drop down menu, I'll set this to interact. As a quick overview, if you're in this section of code, it means your trace did not hit a target. From there, we're going to check each target type. If we do not have a target, we're going to skip this step. We never want to spam RPCs to the server. If we do have a target, we're going to add it to the old target list. We're going to remove the server target. And finally, we're going to clear our client side target. And this will happen for the enemy target, the ally target, and the interact target. Now we can click play. Now as a note, this is specifically set up for aim-based targeting, and we'll have a few alterations to do for rotation-based targeting. We can hit escape and set our perspective mode to first-person shooter and our targeting to aim-based. Now we'll walk over and teleport to the action kit section. Once again, we'll pick up the direct target actions. Now you'll be able to see when we target something and look away, the target is cleared. If I try to use an action, it will prompt an error. Once I look back and the target is selected, it'll be able to be casted. This will work the same way on ally targets and interact targets. If you wanted to, you could delete the sections of ally targeting and interact targeting that we just went through if you wanted to keep sticky targeting for those target types. I will quickly demonstrate the problem with rotation-based targeting with this new code. As you saw at the beginning of the video, the rotation-based targeting actually scans at an angle up and down. Since we're clearing our target if we hit nothing, if the scan ever goes above or below the target, automatically our target will get cleared. So this is not really good player experience. If we go back to our code, we can go into the auto target trace. We're going to change the angle at which we trace for a target. By default, it starts at 10 and goes down by 1 increments to -10. We will change the angle start to 3, the angle end to -3, and on the right hand side, there is an angle start set. This is when it resets. We're going to make sure that is setting back to 3. So now the angle is much tighter, and we won't have this issue of hitting above a target or below a target. Now we can go back to the action kit section and we can test this out. We can pick up the direct target action kit. And now when we look at a target, it's not going to flip-flop on and off. You might need to play with these angle start and angle end values to get to something that you prefer. And just as before, quick test, if we get in range of a target and we're looking at it, we can cast on it. If we look away, there's no target to cast on, so we get an error. Same thing will happen for ally targets. And as last note, Don't forget to go back into the auto target trace and turn the debug mode off. That's it for this one. See ya!